Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we've got another rehousing, and today we're rehousing my female Poecilotheria regalis, the Indian ornamental. I've already catched her up just to save some time. So I'm going to put her to one side. So we're going to be rehousing her today in a bioactive enclosure, and we're going to be trying out one of these enclosures. So this is a 20 by 20 by 30 habitat enclosures. So with these ones, they are slightly different to your ectoterras. So these enclosures don't have any bottom ventilation like your ectoterras. So I'm going to try out one of these enclosures and see how well they do. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get started. So I'm going to start off by putting in the clay balls. Just like that. Next, you add in your mesh. So this is like your drainage layer. Just like so. And then now we're going to add in the substrate. So substrate I'm using is obviously your potting soil, and I do add a bit of cocoa fibre just to make it look a bit better. And I'm going to start off by adding the potting soil. Okay, so we're going to add the plant in. Now I'm going to add in this piece of bark here. So now I'm adding in the cocoa fibre. This has got a bit of potting soil mixed in with it. And we do have another plant here. It's a slightly smaller one. So what I was thinking is putting this at the front somewhere. Before I do that, I do have some things like this. So what I'm using this for is something that she can come out and display herself on. I will turn this around in a minute so you can see. So far I really do like it. Yeah, that looks good. But before I put that piece in, I'm going to quickly add in the water dish, which I think I'm going to put up here. Where's up at the ball? So we've got water dish here, bit of glue, there we go, and there we go. I actually really like this. I think this looks really smart. So I'm going to quickly add on the background so you can see a bit better. Lift it up. Hopefully you can see. I think that looks pretty good. I'll get a proper close up in a minute. Right, so that is the enclosure pretty much done. So the only thing I've got to do now is just water the plants. So that is the enclosure done. And all that's left to do is to get her in the enclosure. So I hope this goes alright. Only problem is I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. I kind of want to get her in, but I don't want her to go and hide straight away. So I want to get some good shots of her in here. So I hope you can see alright. Obviously, a bit hard to see, but what I'll do is hopefully she stays out and I can move the camera so you'll be able to see her properly. And there we have it. That was the rehousing for my Poecilotheria regalis. Before I end this video, I'll quickly go over some care and husbandry about this spider. Just the main things really. So the Poecilotheria regalis does come from India, so that is a very hot country. So these guys will like the temperatures to be quite high. My room sits at around 73 degrees Fahrenheit. When it reaches summer, it obviously goes a lot higher, nearly close to 80s. So they will like the high temperatures. When you're keeping these, they will like the temperatures to be anywhere between 70 and possibly even 85 if your room gets that warm. Yeah, and they'll do fine between 70 and 80. I've not had any problems keeping mine between 70 and 80. But yeah, they will like extra heat if you can give them extra heat. Humidity, I keep my humidity anywhere between 70 and 80. They seem to be doing fine. Obviously, bioactives will give you your better humidity because of the plants. So, and it also will give your spider a better environment to live in. And also probably see more of your spiders. My Poecilotheria fasciata, she's in a bioactive and she comes out pretty much every day and just sits on the side of the glass. And I've recently done my orange mouth and she's been out and about. I think she's going into pre-molt because she has sealed off the top of her burrow. But yeah, when I rehoused her, she was out most of the day. And yeah, I do think bioactives do it makes your spider comes out a little bit more often. My Poecilotheria regalis, she is very skittish when the lights are on. Like if she's out in the mornings and I turn the lights on, she immediately goes back in her hide. But she has been, before I put her in here, she has been coming out a bit more often. But, you know, as soon as the lights, you know, touch the enclosure and stuff, she goes right back in her hide. So, yeah, so she's a little bit light sensitive. And, but that's not obviously a bad thing. I'm sure at some point she'll get used to it and she will just start coming out a bit more often. So yeah, that's the temperature and humidity. Feeding, these guys will take near enough anything, from roaches, mealworms, locusts, crickets, Mario worms. They'll take pretty much anything. Obviously your adults and your sub-adults, you'll give them adult roaches and they'll take them down without any problems. Your juveniles, you'll give them something a bit smaller, like medium-sized crickets or medium-sized roaches, your mealworms, and things like that. And obviously your slings, you'll give them your fruit flies and mealworms, or baby crickets or baby red runners. I prefer the red runners just because they are softer, so it's easier for the spider to catch and obviously eat it. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I only use the baby roaches, baby red runners, mainly because that's what I keep a colony of, and I'll do an update video on that at some point on how my roaches are doing. But yeah, anything, these guys will take near enough anything. Also, and lastly, if you want to keep your Poecilotheria species, then I do recommend the Poecilotheria regalis for your first pokie And I also recommend the Poecilotheria Miranda for your first pokies. Obviously I got a subadult or adult Poecilotheria Miranda, and since I've had her, she's actually been pretty good. And you know, she's not really boaty. She can be a little bit defensive here and there, but I never really had any major issues with her. So I would recommend a Poecilotheria Miranda if you're new to pokies as well. So that's a few little care and husbandry. I'm not going to go into loads of detail because I will do a care and husbandry video on this pokey in the future where I'll go into a lot more detail. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this video. So as always, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Carl's Tarantulas. This is where I do videos on my tarantulas and only tarantulas. So if you like any of my tarantula content, then consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. I do just want your honest opinions. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.